In here is basically 10 years worth of photos. So there are 1989 photos from 2015. There is Reputation photos from 2018. And the Eras Tour photos from last year when I photographed her concert in 2023. She's been touring for that long. Oh, here we go. This is always so exciting for me. Even though I've seen these photos a million times, it's always so exciting. So let's just take out one. Oh, it's your, I feel like this is Kismet, the Swift Effect actual photo. So I don't know if you want to be meta about this, but this is the photo that is the cover image for the Swift Effect documentary. I love this photo. I don't know if you can get it, but look at the detail. You can literally see her arm hair on the photo. You can see the detail of her nail colors, her beading. So I'm just super proud of this photo because, you know, I watch a lot of the other photos coming out of the concerts, and I like to think I'm pretty good. People ask like, oh, it must be such an amazing job to be a concert photographer. And I remind people, this is not my full-time job, right? You know, like I mentioned, when the first Taylor Swift concert happened, I was working at Facebook. I shot the concert and went right back to my day job at Facebook at a tech company. It's pretty difficult to make a full-time living as a concert photographer. And to be quite frank, I was very junior back then, right? But I kept the bug, and I went on to do other concerts because now I understood how the whole process happened. And once I had Taylor Swift photographs in my portfolio, it became a lot easier for artists to say yes to me. So I got to photograph immediately after Sia, you know, Janelle Monáe and Ed Sheeran. I did Cage the Elephant again. So taking these photographs for Taylor Swift has really opened the doors for me because people understand, like, you know, if you're able to get in the door and take a great photograph of Taylor Swift, there must be something special about you, and I never take that for granted. Her publicist does give a little chat to the media photographers, just kind of instruct them, like, these are the songs you're going to be covering, these are sort of the general locations she's going to be. So that is helpful to a certain extent, but this was a shot that I didn't necessarily come in planning. It was something I discovered in the editing process because I was just taking a bunch of pictures while she was twirling, and luckily this one came out super beautiful. Okay, oh yeah, so one of these is the actual title of the show, and then there's two lyrics. So "This night is sparkling, don't you let it go" is a lyric from the song Enchanted. "Capture it, remember it." I thought that was very fitting for a photography show. So this is from her song Fearless from her second album. And it was her second album that was the first one that got me into listening to Taylor Swift. So, and then this is the actual title of the show, Capturing the Eras, a Taylor Swift Photojournalism Showcase. So what you see around you is, you know, 10 years worth of photographs that I've taken from the 1989 tour in 2015, the Reputation tour in 2018, and then obviously the Eras Tour, which I did in 2023 last year. I basically just wanted to do a display to just, you know, have it tied to the Eras Tour with the last tour happening in Vancouver this weekend. And just to celebrate my work and to celebrate the local Swifties and give them another opportunity to have something to go to on their itinerary when they're here for the weekend. And yeah, after this weekend, it's they all go home and I go back to my real life. So walk in and then they're like, oh my gosh, it's the photo showcase. I'm in the right space, okay. Maybe shift it a little to the left. In a weird way, putting this all together has felt like an end of a chapter for me. I'm not sure how much more concert photography I will personally do. You know, I think I will always want to photograph Taylor in concert, but in terms of just like my own career direction and my personal evolution, you know, I just recently moved to San Francisco. I want to get back in the tech industry and be an entrepreneur and start a company. So, you know, doing this display just feels like a nice sort of end of an era, if you will, of like this era and chapter of my own life.
These people want the best for others and want to infuse positivity and fun and kindness. And like, you just, like, as soon as we were at the airport, people were like, wait, are you going to Taylor Swift? Or like on the plane, what are you going? Have you been before? What are you excited about? I had just a little patch of dry skin, and when I scratched it, I could feel a lump in my breast. I'm not gonna freak out, but I woke my husband up and said, just letting you know I found this so that, you know, life gets so busy, let's make sure I get it checked and don't, you know, wait too long. I didn't have him come with me. I mean, he was taking the kids to preschool, their like little daycare program, and I didn't think it was gonna be anything. And as I got to the appointment, they did the mammogram, and then they said we're actually gonna do an ultrasound. And once the radiologists, not the technicians, came in, I knew that things were more serious. And I said, is this when I call my husband? And we found out that I had breast cancer. And then, you know, after the biopsy results came back, that it was a very aggressive breast cancer, and one of the hardest to treat. 6 months of chemo, 2 meds and 2 meds. After the 6 months of chemo, you have a little break between chemo and mastectomy surgery so that your immune system can recover. And unfortunately, during that time, the cancer progressed again. So they moved my surgery up, and I went in and had double mastectomy. About 3 weeks after the mastectomy, new spots showed up on my skin, and upon biopsy, it was the cancer growing back into my chest wall and my skin. And then when I found out I had cancer, the thought of losing my hair was like way more jarring than the thought of losing my breasts. And I decided, I'm gonna do this on my own terms if I'm gonna do it. So I had something called I titled it a brave shave party. It was a brave. And I invited all my friends and like family over, and because once you go into chemo, your immune system is really compromised. I didn't know how much I'd get to see people, and the person who has done my hair had been doing it for 15 years, so she came over to help me shave my head. And Taylor's Tortured Poets Department album had come out 2 days before the party, just so happened to. And when, you know, we all binge listened to the new albums. And when I had listened to the album, I loved I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. I can pass this test, 'cause I'm a real tough kid. I can handle. So when they started shaving my head, I said, let's just play that song on repeat.
Yeah, and
and Kathleen just kept rewind.
I'm like, okay, we're doing it again.
You know, through this journey, I think life is going to hand you stuff that you don't like or that you would never choose for yourself, and you can do really hard things. And I think that's something that Taylor has proved to her fans over and over again. Is like, life knocks you down and people are going to say things and do things that you don't have control over, and that can be like really overwhelming. And like, you get up and you keep going and you learn from it, and you choose to like inspire others and be kind and raise awareness. And over the last 9 months, I think like seeing how the Eras Tour has evolved and seeing how even the traditions with the fans have evolved has been just like such a bright spot. Okay. Yeah, see when it starts to move?
There we go.
Aww.
They're so cute.
Woo! All right.
And to be able to share it with you, the best thing that I could ask for. And I'm so happy, and you're gonna get through this. Mm-hmm. You're a warrior, and you're fearless.
That's right.
And I love you.
And we're showing this loud and proud.
Exactly.
Double mastectomy, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. It's a beautiful life that we've got. Still.
bracelets you want to trade?
We do want to trade.
What speaks to you?
What do you want?
I have fighting dragon.
Yeah, I've got
I have
lemon.
beautiful, sad, beautiful trash.
Swifties, myself included, can't shake off their excitement over this weekend and really over the past 2 years. I'm a general assignment reporter for NBC News, and I was covering a major snowstorm in New York. I was about to go live for Nightly News with Lester Holt, and my manager calls me and is like, hey, are you a Taylor Swift fan? This was in March of 2023. And I said, yes. And he's like, Today Show's looking to send a correspondent to cover her very first concert in Glendale, Arizona, which had been renamed to Swift City, Arizona. I would describe it as friendship. Friendship between dads and daughters, moms and daughters, siblings, friends, co-workers, new and old Swifties, security guards and fans. This amazing environment that she was able to cultivate, this welcoming, unifying community that really led to the success. And I think in 10, 20, maybe 30 plus years, all of us who experienced, the more than 10 million fans who experienced the tour will be able to look back and say, oh my gosh, look at the time of our lives we had together.
Do you want to show off your friendship bracelets? A lot of people do come earlier to buy merch and get drinks and kind of just like enjoy the atmosphere. Like a lot of these people have been waiting for 2 years to watch this concert, if you can believe it. So you can see the police officers here all have friendship bracelets on.
The cops were wearing friendship bracelets. They were trading friendship bracelets. The police horses had friendship bracelets or necklaces around their neck. Every inch, everywhere you turned, you could see the Taylor takeover. And I think the city's embrace, not just Vancouver, but every city that hosted, speaks to just what an impact Taylor Swift has had.
Are any of you guys Swifties or no?
No, but tonight we are apparently.
Okay, tonight you're Swifties. Everything's good safety-wise?
I should have done my nails. I didn't do my nails today.
safety-wise.
Don't get them.
Great. Do you find like a lot of people are approaching you for friendship bracelets?
Yes, it's actually really
okay.
cool.
A lot of people are intimidated and then they see us do it. And then
Yeah, I think it makes you less threatening, right, when you're wearing the
I think
friendship
so.
I think so
bracelets.
too,
Okay.
yeah.
He's always less threatening.
I get a lot of questions of like, oh my gosh, concert photographer, that must be the coolest job. You get to be front row at a concert. And like, yes, you are physically front row, but I'm not really even listening to the music anytime I get to photograph an artist. You're so stressed about trying to take a great photo. The music kind of falls into the background because you're like, lights, camera, movement, you know, you're so focused on getting a good picture. And with the Eras Tour finally wrapping up this weekend, I was like, I really just want to see the concert one last time as just a fan. And I am so lucky to be able to be there on the closing night of the Eras Tour front row and just soak it in as a fan and say goodbye to this era and this chapter.
So I flew in from Australia. So my friend that I have known for 15 years had a ticket, and I said, you know what, we have to go to the last weekend in Vancouver. It's Taylor's last stop. This tour has meant so much to myself personally that I just had to be there for the last shows.
Closing night brings me here, the end of the Eras Tour, and the Swiftie community is really what it's here too for.
I recap every single show that she has done, and so it made sense. It was a gifted ticket for me to go to the grand finale, so I'm here to celebrate with all my Swiftie friends and fans. So this is actually over the weekend of my dad's death anniversary, and so my mother gave it to me as for me and my brother to attend, sort of as a special bonus. We do something fun over his anniversary, and so this was just the perfect timing.
The Eras Tour, it's last weekend. Taylor is going to deliver the most amazing shows, and this is the biggest tour of all time. What better place to be than in Vancouver?
I've never been to a concert where so many people showed up solo. Like people just traveling in, flying in, maybe taking the train or driving, waiting in line by themselves. And I think that speaks volumes to the type of environment that is the Eras Tour.
Thank you everybody for coming. This is so lovely that you guys all came out on a Saturday night. I know there's so many things you could be doing tonight, so the fact that you made a stop here in your night schedule is really means a lot to me, because I know there's so many things you could be doing, including a Taylor Swift concert tonight if some of you guys are going tonight. So thank you so much. So I love that this documentary is called The Swift Effect, you know, because it's clear that her impact is so much more than just being an artist who puts out music. There are now classrooms and lectures of people talking about her impact. You know, I'm a bit too young to remember sort of the Beatles days or the Michael Jackson days. But, you know, we're living in another moment where there's kind of that one superstar that is really culture shifting. And I think it's kind of crazy that I'm like, oh, I get to live in that moment, and that person just happens to be an amazing woman. Like, I would have loved to have been in the 50s and 60s and just experience what Beatlemania was like. And it's like, no, well, I get to experience Taylor Mania, and that'll be something that, you know, we'll tell people generations to come. So I actually found out and wanted to highlight someone else in this room who has a very special story. She has no idea this is happening, I know. I was informed there's a special guest here, a Swiftie who flew here all the way from Colorado to be able to enjoy the Eras Tour last night with her. You're the best friend? Yes, okay. Yeah. So I heard about your story and I was really touched by it. So one, I wanted to thank you so much for coming out to this. Thank you for making this a part of your weekend. And I wanted to leave you with a bit of a parting gift to commemorate this amazing trip. So at least for you only, no one else gets to do this, I want to gift you this canvas to take home with you. Yeah, let's just take it down right now.
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness. We'll figure out how to ship it back home, okay? Yeah. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear you come out. And it's quite big, but we'll figure out how to get it to your house. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
When I think of the term the Swift effect, I think of uplifting. I think of joy, just singularity. No other artist in the history of music has been able to have this kind of effect on the world.
It's pink bubble wrap. You love bubble wrap.
I love bubble wrap. That's what we make.